It was all so hazy for so long. I went through a storm, and it wasn't until it was calm I could really decipher what went on. Too innocent and young to be where I was. It wasn't until adulthood I realized you can't blame an adolescent, not for the decisions of a coward who decided to devour a prey so precious until he plucked the flower. He dimmed the essence of my fluorescence in a matter of seconds, or was it minutes? See, time stood so still, like the ocean before the waves, like the audience waiting for the curtains to rise, or like him, still, waiting to steal what didn't belong to him, waiting to take claim and leave a mark no soap or shrink could wash off. He stood there lingering, waiting, watching, and it wasn't until I was caught that I thought, look both ways before you cross the street. I've walked into a trap and now I've given this foul beast something to eat, a meal unworthy for a thief. The first hit was so indescribable that now when things hurt, I compare it to this. Through clenched teeth and a tight jaw, he hissed, "If you move, I'll kill you." The snake bit, coiling around his prey as if he hadn't eaten days. But my innocence was all I had left. My fight or flight kicked in and I beat myself up because I still don't know if I gave it my best. His knee in my chest exposing my prepubescent breast. See, I was a late bloomer, so I was confused on how I could be his muse. Scratch him, kick him. My blows must have felt like cotton because he didn't even move. He took what was mine. He ran away with my stuff. He thought it was a gift exchange and brought me a lifelong supply of night terrors and regret. The heaving, the sweat. I counted 1, 2, 3, 4. Not sure if it was the lyrical background or just the mechanism that drowned out the grunt sound. My limbs felt like weights too heavy for me to lift. I felt too heavy for myself. I felt too heavy for myself. Predators prefer their prey alive because the fight excites them. I guess my lack of effort upset him, so a few more hits ensued. The blue hue of the house I lay next to, the green foliage stood out in the black of the night as if my sight and senses were heightened, hoping someone, something would come along and he would be frightened. I don't want to die here. Am I gonna die here? My life never flashed before my eyes, so I prayed that that was a sign. Our bodies jerked together, mine from pain and his from some sick, twisted pleasure. My eyes were closed, so I never saw his boot coming down for one final blow. Silence. The next thing I know, the world is upside down. The blue house fades into the background. The salt from the tears burned as they rolled down my skin. "Everything will be okay," he said. "You're okay." The roar of his voice wavered as this stranger didn't want me to hear his disbelief, his grief. He walked me into a house and I heard a woman gasp. I felt my body rest in a couch, and I remember the sting of frozen vegetables as she used her resources tactfully. They bombarded me with questions I couldn't answer. "Who did this to you? What is your name? Where is your home? And we've called the police." I will never forget the woman was so frightened she asked me if I wanted something to eat. I hadn't seen myself yet, so I couldn't imagine their view. I figured they got tired of me being mute. Silence. It got still and my senses were heightened. I shot up afraid of the quiet. The pain shot through me like a flash of lightning and I yelled like the roar of thunder. They rushed to my side afraid the stray they rescued might die. They held hands with looks of confusion and concern, and in unison they said, "Who are you?" And for the first time I looked at them and replied, "You wouldn't believe me if I told you."